Alice Well here. This is going to be a collective reading for, I don't know, just whoever, for the full moon in Virgo. That's on the 18th, March 18th. And like, I just got this feeling, my laundry just stopped, or it's ready rather. Okay, yeah, we're already in it, man. I just got this feeling of like, I'm so glad you're here. So I think that we might be getting some help with whatever we're doing. Our like laundry's done, like something's done, something's ready. And it's like, oh, I'm so glad it's ready or it's done or it's prepared. Like something that you've been working on for a while is ready. Someone that has been traveling towards you for a while is finally here. Something like that's going on. So let's pull some cards. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest, that whole thing. If you want a personal reading, that information is below. We're going to start with the wisdom of the Tao. And we'll see what happens. Oh, immediately this one, karma. The way that I view karma here is that this is something that is, I guess, destined, you could say. Destined, but I specifically feel like it's a part of your astrological chart. It's like your time's up. The laundry's done. This person's here. This thing is now. And it's kind of like there was never anything you could do. This was an inevitability. This is a part of you. This is a part of your journey to do this thing, man. Let's read it. The cycles of birth and death, action and reaction comprise our universe. Your situation arose from past karmic connections. The opportunity to create good karma is now. All past life influences are working toward a final balance. Accept what is. Okay. I feel specifically, the reason I stopped is because whenever I get this card, I always stumble over the word comprise, like they comprise our universe. And I always think it's compromise. And I think I've mentioned this before if you've seen other readings, that essentially everything like was compromised. It felt like in your life, maybe things were compromised, that the cycles of birth and death and blah, 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 all that stuff. It felt like everything was wrong. And that might have been like a core struggle for you, particularly if you identify as a star seed, a bodhisattva, someone who is on their spiritual awakening path, that kind of thing. You might have been like, this is a wrong place to be. This is an upside down world. I think that this cycle, I'm getting this like, the image that I had in my head is of the wheel card. It's like, or I'm sorry, the world card, but they just said the wheel. The wheel is turning. This karmic wheel is turning. And your body is like this biological, like a biological clock. It's like this cosmic, biological, starry, time-keeping device that you live inside and like walk through the world with. And it's just time for something. We hit the ground running. All right, we're doing this one. Yeah, leader. We hit the ground running. You're off to the races, man. You're a leader. This is going to be like the thing that you, man, this is really cool energy. It's kind of like, it's interesting because it's not even where you're going. This is like a classic, like not the destination. It's the journey, not the destination. But it's like the way that you do this, the style in which you have like leapt onto your horse, leapt into your carriage and are going towards this new thing. Or it doesn't even feel like a new thing. It's this inevitable thing that has always been with you. And I think that the carriage here is your body. It's literally like your way that you make it through the world, the way that you journey, the way that you take to get to this destination is the whole thing, is like the whole point. And you do it with style. You got great style. There's actually something about style here. I wonder if maybe you're trying a new look, or maybe this new thing that you're doing has a particular uniform you look great in. I don't know, something like that. Like it looks good on you is also what I'm hearing. I've also I've never filmed from this direction. This is the rest of my room. I've been on my bed recently, the past couple of months, I have like a whole setup. I could like a much more like professional looking setup that I could do stuff with, but it really, I think that this is a part of the energy of like home sort of a home sort of a thing that's been going on with whoever I'm reading for, as well as myself. And now it's almost like you're showing a different side of yourself to other people. But it is this like, it's so much more natural. It's so interesting. It's almost like you're not trying as hard. And because you're not trying as hard, I think you've like given up. You're like, screw this. I've given up and trying to impress them. Nothing impresses them. Nothing impresses anybody. I'm just going to do my own thing. And so you literally just like drop some sort of pretense or some sort of something. And then people are like, oh, that's who you really, like, you're great. Oh my God. And there's even, let me pull the card, let me see. I think I know what's coming next, but, because it's a little bit like, there's maybe something about, look at the sun. You're shining a light onto something that I think maybe you couldn't see this about yourself beforehand, that there was something that you used to do or a way that you used to be that was like it was like blocking the sun. It was like a shield that you had up, but you have dropped it now. You're kind of like, I can't carry this anymore. It's too much. You've dropped it. The sun comes in and you're like, oh, that was the thing that other people like found. Oh, okay. Why was I doing that anyway? There's something like that. Because, you know, we're always co-creating. It's never just the other people in our life. It's never going to just be like, oh, they were so oppressive to me. Like, oh, I'm such a woe is me. You were in that situation. Why? What did you get out of it? What was the benefit that you had of this? You grew strong holding a shield against the sun. And sure, you deprived yourself enough that finally you had to drop it. But there was some reason that you did that. The sun. You are on fire with success through the radiant energy of the sun. Dreams are coming true, targets are being reached, and innocence is being rewarded. Your children or your creations are soaring into a bright future with uplifting fortunes beckoning. Yeah. You know what else? This kid is pulling back, and this is a classic. You got to pull it back before it can spring forward. You were holding yourself back in some way, and like the way that you held yourself back hurt you, and it also wasn't like you. There was like a version of yourself that you were acting. This shield is even, they're saying, is a mask. You were holding a mask up. It was like almost like a metal, like I'm seeing like a steel, and you were holding it up so that the sun never actually reached you, so the people around you couldn't see you, so you could stay with them. Because once you take the mask off, everyone knows who you really are. I think you're also recognizing that like they're not going to see their bad behavior. You know, they're not going to think that anything that they did was, you know, they don't recognize what's going on. But they will now want something from you. They're going to be like, oh, you're the sun? Oh, you've got the sun on your face? Oh, you're shining. Like, all of this stuff is going on. Oh, you're this cool leader who's rushing towards something. Like, oh, your destiny is up. And they're going to, like, want a little piece of you a little bit. And I think that you didn't want to know that about them. Maybe. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe you didn't want to know exactly who you were with this, like there's like shield taking up, and then like you're looking at the mask and you're like, this was the person that everyone was interacting with, this is the person everyone thought I was, something like that. There's a lot of introspection here. Inspiration. This is the story that you will tell. Like the path that you took to get here is still the same path you take throughout your whole life. It's your way. It's how you create yourself. It's your style. It's your zhuzh, right? The thing you do. This will inspire you. Like you are becoming your own muse. Talk about Bodhisattva becoming your own Buddha, your own spirit guide who comes back to guide yourself. Mwah. Beautiful. And you're inspiring others. I think inspiration is not always necessarily elation though. Whenever you've been inspired by people, it's not always necessarily like, oh, I want to be just like them, oh, I love this thing. Sometimes you can inspire fear in others, you can inspire intimidation in others, or sadness, or you can, and we call that a trigger. Oh, Nor, we got our little familiar with us. Yeah, I think it's more important that you're inspiring yourself though. I get this feeling that you're just like, you're really, yeah, you might be really, there's something shocking. I think that you betrayed yourself more than you realized in the situation that you were previously in. And it's just literally like so heavy, like that you have to drop it. Nora, what are you doing? We're just gonna just jump over and knock the whole thing over. If this isn't resonating, if you're like, I'm good, I know myself. Who really knows themselves though? I think that it's that you might be surprised that like when you take off this mask, there are like arrows in it. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, they shot me? Screw these people, what the hell? Like something like that. Like either, yeah, the version of yourself that you were to other people beforehand, you're finally able to see it because you're leaving, and so you have this distance, and yeah, and like it was all too heavy, you gave it up, you're finally in the sunshine, and you're like, dang, like maybe I was a little problematic. Like I didn't know that I'd let myself get so far from the truth of like my real heart, like my real inner child and my innocence. Or vice, yeah, you might also, it might just be simply like the mask that everyone put on you, that they and that you accepted. Maybe that was the issue. You're realizing like, why did I accept this? Oh, they made me out to be this person. Like they thought I was like this. Oh God, like the whole time, like something like that, you know. I don't think you care though. I don't think you care. If you care, you're not gonna care for long. Lovers and partnership. The right people are gonna see you. The right people have always seen you too. And in fact, I think they might have been like, it's kind of weird they're wearing a mask, but I accept and love them for however they are. Oh, I just saw a little, we have a little white feather, a little fluff, a little sign from the angels. Yeah, the angels always see you too. Your guides and your angels and whoever's with you, whatever's going on there, like they've always seen you. You're never like the version of you that you are here on earth, who has to play like this 3D game, has to be dense, has to be experiencing, you know, all of the things that we experience now. That's not like the real you. I mean, sure, it's the real, it is a version of you, but it's like you are still the best version of yourself. Like you are still the most loving and kind and accepting and understanding and honest version of yourself, even if this world and the things that you've interacted with and your subconscious programming and like your astrological placements and all this crap like made you cold. If you allowed yourself to become bitter and okay, that's okay. You can never do anything that is unforgivable. Truly. You can come back from anything. That's the path. That's the way. If you weren't coming and going anywhere, there would be no way. Trick. This card actually, like the like little description talks about seeing something differently, or like, oh, maybe there's deception or something. I actually think what it is like you've pulled off a trick. You've pulled off a magic trick. Yeah. I really like this, actually. I'm getting like a little emotional. Wow. You're kind of like, ta-da. Like, yeah, you're pulling off the mask and you're like, it's me. And it's like a big surprise and it's wonderful. Wow. Look at you. I love this. Okay. Let's pull a Pokemon card or two. I have my deck here. Wow. Okay. what's like should we clarify some stuff? What are we doing here? Yeah, you've got your, let's go over everything, and then this is something that you like came specifically on earth here to do, to uncover, to accept about yourself and everything. You're just booking it towards it. This is the time. Now it's now. You're finally have the sun on your face. I feel like this is someone who's been, I'm getting this image of like a mushroom in like the dark, but it's this strange sort of a mushroom that once it gets tall enough suddenly needs sunlight. It's like it's a bioluminescent mushroom, and yet it also is somehow like solar based. And so you're finally reaching the point where it's like you can embody all of this light. I think it might have hurt this mushroom to be in the sun for too long before. And again, there's this thing about like not wanting to leave the people that you were with. You had karmic ties to them, and you were a teacher to them, and they were a teacher to you. And I think that you love them very deeply if you are leaving somebody. And maybe you're not, maybe this is just like a phase in your relationship with people who you're staying with. And it's like, okay, now I'm going to present myself in this a new, different way, because people continuously grow and change. But you had to hold yourself back in order to move forward, in order to get the momentum to actually be this leader, to lead yourself. And it's an inspiration. You are the inspiration to yourself, and you're also inspiring others. And it's not just in a like, I want to be like them way. I think truly the best teachers trigger us, and truly the people who have a huge amount of impact on our lives are the people who we are like jealous of at a certain age, or, and we look back and we're like, man, oh gosh, like, oh, I really fumbled the bag there, or like, I can't believe I said that thing, no, like stuff like that. Like, people are going to think of you in that way. Like, once you're gone, you're living your own whatever, they're going to be like, I'm so impressed that they actually took ownership over themselves, and they did their own thing, and they told me to get lost, because I've learned from that. One of the best experiences that I ever had, and it wasn't the best, obviously, it's still heartbreaking, but I dated this guy when I was very, very young, and I was a dick, and he told me so, and yeah, it was like, I'm cutting you off completely. And it was like the first time anyone had really ever done that to me, and I was like, oh my god, like, I really was, and I really learned from that. Sometimes you need to just set your own boundaries, do your own thing, and let them learn from you, learn from your absence, that kind of thing. So that might be that sort of an inspiration, because they all see you. The real people see you. They've always seen you. Your guides and your angels, and yeah, your angels, and whoever is meant to be in your life, who's really on this new sunny path, has always seen you, has been kind of waiting for you, even if it hasn't been like an active thing, even if they didn't know, even if these are new people coming in. They will appreciate you, because also you are coming in this leader energy. It's not like they knew you when you were like, had the mask on, or if they did, again, they saw through it. There's going to be new people who know you without the mask at all. But no matter what, a brilliant trick, a brilliant, artful, skillful transformation from a caterpillar into a butterfly. However, I think the reason I said that first was because it's like, you were always the butterfly. You were never not. It was always inside you, And you've done this before too. Usually the people that I read for are, reincarnated selves. I mean, like, to be honest, I don't even know if I believe that anyone has only ever had one life. Like, this is your first life? I don't buy it. I think you've been here before. Okay. Let's get more Chris. Oh, wait, no, I didn't, hold on. Because I didn't think of what we were going to focus on next. Okay. I love all of this. Let's think about, what's like some advice for you on how to, like, how are you feeling? Let's see that. How are we feeling? Ooh. I don't even know what this guy is, but look how shiny. Indeedy. I actually really I don't know anything about this Pokemon. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I'm the old school Pokemon. Those are the ones I know. The feeling that I get from this is like you feel there's like a little bit of a feeling of brand new. And like I also get almost a Taurus vibe from this girl because look at her in her beautiful domestic. She's like, I want all of this tea. And this there's sort of this thing that like all of this is for her. She's like, I made all of this tea. This is mine. This is in my beautiful house. I scrubbed the whole thing clean. It's shining. I made all of this work. And like, look at this little face. Let's just look at this little face, like a very diligent, hardworking, but also like I'm going to enjoy the comforts that are my own. Taurus vibes. Shiny, shiny Taurus vibes. It's got a little blurb, the teeniest little blurb ever. Okay, here we go. Through its horns, it can pick up on the emotions of creatures around it. Positive emotions are the sources of its strength. Yeah. I feel like this was hard for you to be in a place that didn't appreciate you and where you weren't able to be around like very positive people. I think you might have been, or maybe you're maybe like you're not physically leaving anywhere, you know what I mean? Like, take this how it resonates. This is, I don't know, we're just riffing. But it's like maybe you are surrounded by negative people and you're like, dang, this is a real burden holding everyone up. Like, I am busting my butt. I'm the most positive person here. And so it still feels a little bit like we haven't reached maybe the destination that we're looking like there's this like transitory movement. I don't know if we're necessarily where we are going yet. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you are, maybe you just moved, maybe you're not. Maybe this is the first time you're thinking of it, something like that, wherever you're at. It's kind of like this feeling of like, I'm gonna do me. And if anyone wants to watch me, they can. But this is all my tea, and this is all my. You gotta come with positive vibes and positive vibes only. And being positive doesn't mean like being delusionally love and light. It really means like thinking to yourself when you're in hard times, I can get through this. I can do anything. I always take care of myself. My love is infinite for myself. I will work through my grief. I know how to do all of these things. I will take care of my body. Like positivity. You don't have to be like there's nothing wrong. That's insane. Like there's always going to be something. Like, you know, life is about balance. But really, we gain so much strength. There's another, this card's got a lot in it. There's another thing about this, about nourishment. Energetic nourishment. You don't need as much food as you think you do, and you really don't need as much food as you think you do when you're sad. If you can actually like feed off of your own grief and digest it and poop it out, it's gone. Fasting, that kind of thing might be your deal, maybe not. I don't know, something like about that, about like the way that you find your nourishment through this positivity. Yeah, what else is our like advice? Because we were feeling like that's where we're at right now. We're feeling like truly like an empowered Taurus, I would say. And then, yeah, what's the advice for continuing forward? Ooh, yeah, I like this. It's called a Murkrow. Again, no idea what these are. I don't know. Beautiful, like adorable though, right? It's a scout, or it does scouting. It scouts. I really like that this is like, this gives me Scorpio vibes. Yo, okay. I just remembered, I think it's either going on right now or maybe at some point. We're changing the nodes astrologically to, it's a Scorpio South node, Taurus North node, which are also my natal South and North node. So it's my natal North node return, something like that. I don't know. The advice though is to come from your Scorpio energy, from this like the depths of where you've been. I like that this is in a graveyard because it's kind of speaking about how like there was this transformation. Scorpio is the master of transformation. It's the death card. The death card. Remember that you have died already. You have incarnated. You've experienced everything that your current incarnation would view as terrifying already. And you're here and you chose to come back to Earth. And like, there truly is nothing that is insurmountable to you. And when you remember that you are this ancient incarnation, it can be really scary and it can be really scorpionic, but that there's so much power in that. And absolutely no one can get one over on you. No one can F with you if you know that there is a side to you who is quite comfortable in the dark and who has learned to thrive in it. That's why you put yourself through all of this crap anyway. That's why you had the mask on and you were hiding from the sun, to make yourself strong in the dark. Yeah. Wow. I really like this a lot. You're coming from the graveyard. But moving into this like Taurus, yeah, like Scorpio South Node, Taurus North Node. See the difference there? And they're even looking up. I think you've been thinking about this type of lifestyle or this like phase in your life for a long time, and you always saw that it was going to happen. You know what phrase just came into my head? I think this is I think it's Oscar Wilde said, all of us are in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. That's what it means to be positive, to feed off of positive energy. To know you're going to make it. And you're going to be drinking your own tea in your own kitchen. It's going to be clean as hell. But it's because you've already done this work. You've already been in the shadows. You don't deserve any more negativity. Not even negativity, you know what I mean? There's always a balance. You don't deserve any more like suffering. That's what it, yeah, you don't need to, please give up suffering. It's almost like it's done, like your karmic, some sort of debt is paid or something. And it's not even like that. I don't know what's going on. You'll know for yourself. You're learning, yeah, like you're trusting how spiritual, this is truly like a spiritual place. So the advice then is that you are, to really like lean into this. Don't be afraid of how deeply powerful and like masterful this this like yin dark energy is. But yeah, and to like look up, to scout, look up, look at the stars. Because either it's here or it's coming or we're doing it or whatever, then we got this. And even I think this might be something that plays out over, because I think the nodes changed, I think it's a year and a half. So this might be the start of a cycle that we're starting a year and a half, something like that. I don't know what's going on with you. But, all right, let's do one more. Let's final thoughts, closing thoughts, anything else? Let's do one more. Okay. Lick a tongue. I know this guy. And the voice I literally just heard in my head, what is this? I'm trying to think of what movie it's from. I think it's from Heathers. Do you know that movie from the 80s, Heathers? Maybe you'll watch Heathers. Maybe that's or something in that. Like, oh my God, yes. Okay, this is the whole thing. So in the movie Heathers, the phrase that I heard was, lick it up, baby, lick it up. And it's Winona Ryder. Brilliant. But there's also, there's someone who's in the movie who says, like, she says to her, go to hell. And she's like, I just got back. And she looks like shit and she's smoking a cigarette and she doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't give a single fuck. Winona Ryder is brilliant in this movie. Please go watch Heathers if you haven't watched Heathers, or if you watched it a million years ago, watch it again, because this is what this transformation is. You already went through hell. You're like, so I'm unimpressed. Go to hell. I just got back. Lick it up, baby. Lick it up. Telling everyone to go F themselves. At the same time, though, there is this energy of like, embrace all of it. Take all of it in. Just run for it. Run as fast as you can towards this thing. Lick it up. Eat it all up. Just dive in. You are headed towards the right direction. You know what you're doing. You're gonna be, if not already there, in your own kitchen, in your own nourishment, like nourishing yourself from your own source, from your own guides, like your own cosmic being. You have all of these. You are larger than you realize. You are not just yourself, and you're not alone. Lick it up. I do want to get, okay, one more. Energy, yeah. Draw from source. Source is your nourishment, and you are your own source too. Like, trust your judgment. It takes a while to get to this point. If you've been on the spiritual journey, you know that, but like, you've done it. This is not for somebody who's like, just woke up yesterday and is like in the middle of the like, everything's amazing. No, you did that, and then you went on to the, oh my God, there's so much going on. And you know, like you're able to trust your own discernment now. I trust you with it. The universe trusts you with this. The universe trusts you with this opportunity. You're going to be great. Oh my God. What a fantastic reading. Thank you so much. Go watch Heathers. Have fun. If you want a personal reading with me, that information is below. Or you can join my Patreon or whatever you want to do. I would love to meet you. Hit me up. Great. I love this. I'm going to like sit in this and just think about this for a second, because this is such a great, wow. Congratulations. Have fun.